Greetings, humans! Greetings! And welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods, and great big Star Wars, great big James Bond fan, for crying out loud. I hope all of you joining us here today are going to enjoy this as much as Bear has. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We are going to have a lot of fun. We're going to check out the great, probably the best, the best James Bond film of all time. That'd be Goldfinger, people, 1964. It's the third movie in the series, so we're going to be checking that out. Uno Momento. If you happen to be watching this after the fact or maybe on the archive channel, Bear will put the start time right here. Bink. So we're going to start in just a moment, but if you don't have the film, go ahead, rent it. I would suggest buying it. Bear cannot, obviously, show the entire film on screen here. So kind of like what we did the last time we were doing this with From Russia with Love. It's more of a slideshow that we're going to be showing. If you don't have the movie, you can kind of follow along with what we're doing. But just generally, if you have the movie, we'll set it up. I'll set it up here in just a moment to get everybody online and started at the right time. And just think of it as kind of a commentary track and kind of hangout sort of stream here. So we actually were checking out Russia with Love the last time. A little bit of breaking news at the time. Hopefully we don't have that again here. Beer's been delayed a couple times. The Woo, a couple hurricanes, but we are all on track to do the show here. 2 nights for you good people. In fact, I did a little bit of a poll. Let's check it out here. I'll bring you good people in here as well. Hello, P-Money. Hello, Amy. How are you? We've got a poll, so if you haven't checked out the James Bond film Goldfinger, boy, oh boy, are you going to be in for a treat tonight. A lot of great stuff. A lot of the things that come up later on in Bond films and just action films in general. You can check out with this film right here, some breaking stuff that they had way back in 1965. 40 odd years ago. So we will get started with that momentarily. Let me say hello to the chat. He says, hey, Amy, thanks. Hope you have a great weekend. My snack for the evening is tater tots. Beer's snack for the evening is, it's it's the olive in his martini that he has right here. So, that's what Bear is going to be enjoying. So, all right. Well, I don't want to keep people waiting for very long. Let me bring it up here. What I'm going to do is get us started at least, all on the same page. So I hope all of you were able to rent and or buy. Oops. Nope, not yet. Hold on. Go back for crying out loud. 1 second here, people. Gotta get it all situated for you good people. And then we'll get going. Alright, 1 second. Let Bear do his thing. Gotta do that thing, people, before we get started. That's alright. And if you don't have the movie, that's fine. I hope if you just follow along with us, you'll be able to figure out what kind of goes on. You just won't be able to hear it. I can't play, obviously, the soundtrack, one of the greatest soundtracks, and I cannot play the movie. But we'll get a pretty good idea of what's going to go on. So let me go ahead, switch it off of this. We'll be checking in with the chat every once in a while here. And get the thing with the thing. There we go. There was that. There we are. Hello, people. It all started with the first kill. The Rambo that your boy Zach put out. We started a Rambo watch-along. And kind of moved in to the James Bond. So we've got both of those links down in the description if you want to check it out. But let's go ahead. We're going to do it here, people. We're going to do it. So if you got you ready to go, we're going to do it in 3. Oh, hold on. Before we do that, there might be something at the very beginning trailers or something like that, just go ahead and skip ahead. It might be 30 seconds, it might be a minute. This is going to start straight onto the MGM logo. So if you have that, that's what we're going to be starting with. All right, people. That'd be 3, 2, 1. I'm going to hit play. We're hitting play. It is going to go. Here's what it looks like right there. There you go. I can't leave it on here for too long. Can't leave it on for too long, but I will definitely leave it there for un momento for you good people out here. So let's go ahead. Get on into it, people. Gotta get on into it. Kapow! The great intro. Great intro. This is actually the first James Bond film where they have kind of a sort of intro story that goes along with it. Usually the first 2 films they just started straight out. This kind of has its own little unique little story that's going to go involved with it here. All right, well, I hope we're all caught up here. I'm going to go straight to it. And hopefully this works. Hopefully this works. Come on, bear. Do the thing with the thing. There we go. Oh, I'm a little bit ahead. That's all right. We'll figure it out here. We'll figure it out here, people. Together. Just pause that real quick. Hang it out. Thank you, Peabody. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. One of the great soundtracks of all time, people. One of the greatest soundtrack of all time. Shirley Bassey doing the song. Well, we'll get to that in just a minute. We'll get to that in a minute here. All right, let's get to it here, people. Let's get to it. I think we're pretty well caught up. Did he kill a bird just to put it on his head? That was one of the things when they were filming it. He had to look down while he was swimming just so the bird stayed on track and flat. Kind of interesting. He didn't like that very much. Not at all. Oh, where's my martini at? Can't be a James Bond film with no martini. Good stuff. Good stuff, people. Oh, did I get that out of order? Oh, jeez. There might be 1 or 2 pictures that are out of order. Don't smoke, kids. Whatever you do, don't smoke. Bad things might happen. Bad things. Bond's lucky they left 2 big nitro canisters for him. That's true, yeah. In a unnamed Caribbean country. One might say Cuba. Especially during the 1960s. Ay. Anyways, great to have everyone here watching the Goldfinger film. Once again, we've got the poll up there. It looks like 75% have seen the movie, but 25% of you, boy oh boy, this is going to be a fun one. Yeah, the guns. Grrr! Gosh dang it. Stinking guns. Ah, that's good. Look out, Bond! Somebody behind you, dude! This would never happen in today's films. They wouldn't let the lady get knocked out. You know, some people might say it's kind of corny fighting here, but it's probably a little bit more realistic than, some of the choreographed stuff that we see today. Why it's so far behind here. 1 second, let me bring it up. Oh, he's shocked! I'm shocked too. There we go. Positively shocking. Oh, the great stuff, man. Great stuff. Yes, indeed. They put in a little bit more humor in this film than the previous 2 films, so he's gonna have a couple one-liners like that. It's all good. All good. How are you gonna cool down without that fan, SP Money? I know. Shirley Bassey doing the vocals. A John Barry classic. Classic track. Probably one of the best soundtracks of all time. It actually beats the Beatles when they were in London, I guess, in 1964. So for a couple weeks there, beating out the old Beatles. Of course, Beer was annoying people all week long, singing and humming and whistling. Great soundtrack here. Ken Adam came back. He was the production designer. He came back. He did Dr. No, and then they brought in somebody else from Russia with Love. He came back. He was a little bit busy doing a small little artistic film called Dr. Strangelove. So a lot of the great set pieces that you're going to see in this movie, all him. And we're going to see in just a couple minutes here the character Dink. She's played by Margaret Nolan. This is the model right here. So she had a little bit part in the movie, and then had a bigger part in the introduction as the model here. Which I find this really cool how they do the projection on the body there. He loves only gold. Only gold. Would you believe Goldfinger only loves gold? People have been annoyed all week with Beer. Beer, shush. We heard the Goldfinger theme song last time, Grandslam. What father allowed his daughter to be named Pussy Galore? I know, from the great Galore family. So at Miami Beach, shot on location. One of the Fontainebleau? One of those hotels down there, I believe. It was interesting because they didn't have either Sean Connery or Gert Phobe, who plays Goldfinger. Both of those actors weren't available when this is the first scene that they shot. So you'll see Felix here in just a moment. I love this shot, by the way. Great stuff. And great editing as well in this movie. But you'll see all this stuff is shot on location. You'll see the pool and swimming area that they had. They had to bring in Sean Connery and the guy playing Goldfinger a little bit later on. So you'll see it's a little bit off. You'll see stuff where it's shot on location, like the ice rink here. Pretty cool. And then it'll cut back to Pinewood Studios. Pretty funny. So all this is shot on location. And then edit to Pinewood Studios. There is Dink. We just saw her doing the modeling for the intro. Man talk. Slap on the bootay. They had in the previous 2 films, James Bond had a girlfriend. She kind of got written out. Dink was supposed to be that, but ended up getting written out as well. So just kind of had a quick bit part there. Sounds like a French nail varnish. AURIC Goldfinger. But a bump. A little bit of humor they injected into here. Goldfinger. I wonder if my pictures are a little bit behind, people, but we'll catch up. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Just sit back and relax and enjoy not only the great photography from Guy Hamilton came in from oh gosh, who did it before? Terrence Young. Terrence Young did the first two films. Guy Hamilton doing this one. And of course, the dulcet tones of Bear. You can check out that as well. So some stuff was shot on location, other stuff was shot at the studio there in England. So a lot of if it kind of looks like the shots don't kind of line up correctly, that's kind of why. Doing a lot of back projection and whatnot. Oops. Cut, Bear, cut. There we go. It's so old they didn't even have Hispanic housekeepers back then. That's how old this movie is, people. That's how old it is. So this is his quote-unquote professional secretary. Helping him cheat. Hubba hubba. Hubba hubba indeed. Great intro. Bond. James Bond. That's who I am. So Goldfinger is out there cheating at cards with his professional secretary and ends up getting caught. Not too happy about it either. Not too happy at all, man. He likes to win. Don't we all? Just saying. Women should never spy without wearing a bikini, says P-Money. That is true. That is definitely true. Very much of the man who beats police would take kindly to what you're doing. Not your head if you agree. Nod. Good. Now we're what? Less than 15 minutes into it. We've got all of our character introduction. We know who all the players are. And then it just goes from there, people. I mean, a quick intro. We don't need these long 30-minute introductions and stuff. I mean, bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. You're already into the movie here. Well, I can see this is really my day. Jen. Snaps the pencil. Gosh dang it. I'm so mad. Scratch the pencil. I'm beginning to like you, Mr. Bond. Call me James. Call me James. Ooh. Well, I know the best place in town. He sure does. He sure does. Look at that salmon. That's the best food in town, baby. Best food in town. Yes, indeed. What did the pencil do to him? I don't know. So a little bit of humor. A little bit of humor in our James Bond film. Of course, they took it way overboard in later films, but I like it here. It kind of humanizes them.
Look, I'm sorry. I can't. Somebody fixed them up. How about breakfast? Okay. Not too early. I'll call you around 9. Yes, 9 o'clock will be fine. Good night, Felix.
Why is this thing not... Hold on 1 second, people. What's going on with the stream here? Why is this not...
Oh, it's lost its shoe.
There we go. Okay. Sorry about this.
There's another in the fridge. Who needs it? And the girl, there are some things that just aren't done. Such as drinking Dom Perignon 53 above a temperature of 38 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, you don't want to drink your Dom Perignon above a certain temperature. Otherwise, bad stuff's gonna happen, man. Bad stuff. One of the great villains of all time, Oddjob. By the way, it was an actual hit that he put on. He was a kind of a heel for professional wrestlers. So he came in, just kind of gave him the old karate chop, and apparently hurt poor Sean Connery here. He was not too thrilled about his first interaction with Oddjob. Bond is not a Beatles fan. Who knew? Dirty hippies. Gosh dang dirty hippies. One of the great shots of all time, people. All time. They had to sneak it in a little bit past the censors back then. So they, placed some of the shots. The chair kind of covered up her butt and everything. So kind of interesting. But they got away with a lot of stuff back then. Got away with a lot.
It's 79432. Room 119. Hello, Felix. Get over here right away. The girl's dead. Masterson. Joe Masterson.
Not Dink. Thank goodness. Dink's still alive. Oops. Dum 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 dum. That would take a long time to paint a body, hoping nobody walks in. Or that she holds still. That's got to be the other thing. Hold still. Don't move.
She died of skin
Skin asphyxiation, people.
It's all right, so long as you leave us.
He's heard of it because he knows a lot of belly dancers.
Someone of us who didn't. I know who.
James Bond is well traveled.
This isn't a personal vendetta, 007. It's an assignment like any other. And if you can't treat it as such coldly and neglectedly, 008 can replace it.
I like that he's kind of found a love, and then she's got killed, and now he's kind of... He's got a reason for revenge, people.
It's only by the grace of God, your friend Leiter, and my intervention to put a embassy in Washington, so not in the custody of the Miami Beach police. So I'm aware of my shortcomings, but I'm prepared to continue this assignment in the spirit you see.
It would be Bernard Lee playing M. He continued until the 80s, if Bear remembers correctly. So he was in there for a while. He was in there for a while. Black tie, James Bond. Black tie.
What do you know about gold, Moneypenny?
Be Lois Maxwell playing Moneypenny. She stayed on for quite a while as well. Definitely hung in there for quite a bit.
What about tonight? You come around for dinner, and I'll
Well, nothing would give me greater pleasure, but unfortunately I do have a business appointment.
Business appointment.
if you've ever given me. Well, some girls have all luck. Who is she, James?
She is me, Miss Moneypenny.
She is me. I'm getting revenge for the murder of the 7th girl I slept with this month, says B-Money. You gotta make sure you give him the old payback there. The old payback. So a lot of exposition here, but it fits within the scene that they're talking about, which I think is really well done. Oh, once again, Ken Adams doing all the set work here, some of the great sets. Just terrific, people. Just terrific! All of this great stuff coming together. So they're setting up, what we're going to find out later on with the twist and everything, but setting up and basically talking about Western finance, how all the big banks work within the system and everything. Very high-level stuff, but it's presented in a way that people would be able to understand. Everybody understands gold, by the way. Everybody. So they set up the motivation for Goldfinger that we'll find out later on. So a lot of them were controlled by the different central banks, the English bank or the feds here in the United States. So they're trying to figure out what's going on with this guy, with this crazy Goldfinger fellow. Now, it was sort of a urban legend, but also sort of true at the same time, where the bad Germans back in World War II, they were getting rid of some of their gold. Well, they're on the run, heading to wherever, Brazil or whatnot. Apparently they dumped some in a Switzerland lake, and so they found one of the bars there, and that's what Bond is going to be using to lure in Goldfinger. Lure him in. It'd be Desmond Llewellyn playing Q. He was not in the very first film. It was another actor. The actor decided not to come back for the second film, which they did for From Russia with Love. So Desmond Llewellyn came in and was, ouch. He was there until basically his death. What, in the mid to late 2000s, if you remembers. So it's also the very first Bond where they're introducing a lot of the gadgets that Bond would use. And then, of course, it gets a little bit over the top after a while, but I thought it was really interesting. They actually had to come back and quickly shoot this scene. They weren't supposed to explain a lot of the stuff. It was just supposed to happen in the scenes later on, but they decided, no, we need to make an explanation of what was going on with all the gadgets that he's getting here. The legendary DB5, Austin Martin DB5. Has some pretty cool gadgets, including a GPS receiver. That's pretty new for 1964. It was a prototype that Aston Martin gave to the production folks there at Eon Productions. A prototype of the car that they were going to come out with. So, of course, what do you do as a filmmaker as soon as you get a brand new prototype car, a beautiful car from a manufacturer? You just go ahead and you chop the roof off to put in your ejector seat. A bunch of other additions as well. The oil slicks. Of course, they didn't have that on the production model with all the switches and gadgets there. Machine guns, whatnot. There's the ejector seat right there. You just push the button. There you go. So all that stuff was added in after Aston Martin gave them the car. And they're like, oh crap, what are you doing to our car? What are you doing to our car, man? Crying out loud. Oh, did I? Oh, gosh dang it, the pictures are a little bit off, people. I apologize. Do apologize there. But yeah, pretty interesting how they came up with all that sort of stuff. The rotating license plates, it never came into being in the movie. It was only there because the director, he kept getting parking tickets in London, so he decided to come up with the rotating plates. Keep from getting so many tickets. No, Aston Martins generally did not come with ejector seats. That's an add-on that you gotta pay a little extra for. Oddjob, the return of Oddjob. Harold Sakata. Which is kind of funny because Harold Sakata, he actually spoke a little bit of English. Gert Forb brought in for Goldfinger. He didn't speak a lot of English, so they had to redub a lot of his lines.
What's your game, Mr. Ball?
Goldfinger. Okay, let's go.
Play golf.
Don't miss. Oh, you missed. Oh, for crying out loud.
The 1940 smell from the wagon I found in this. Part of the smell of 600. They vanished. 1940.
And this is great. They take the time to spend like 10 minutes to go play golf. I thought that was great. By the way, neither actor knew how to play golf. They had a couple stunt doubles that kind of fill in some spots there, but neither actor knew how to play golf. It wasn't until after this that Sean Connery actually took up golf and kind of became, I don't know, maybe a semi-pro. He actually became pretty good at it, but didn't know a thing in this movie.
Strict rules of golf? But of course.
He's got a pretty good swing, though. Got a pretty good swing. I mean, you just don't see this in very many action films where they take the time out, kind of slow things down, do a little bit of more character study, do a little bit more exposition there, and then it'll ramp up a little bit later on. But I just thought that was great that they take a moment to, let's go play a game of golf. What the heck?
There it is. No, it's not. He plays a Schlesinger 1. Strict rules of golf, Goldfinger. 5 minutes are almost up. Lost ball across the stroke and distance.
And they wrote it in a way where they figured like 95% of the people don't know how to play golf. So they wanted to make it very simple, but also at the same time that you kind of moved along the plot. So you see some of the cheating that goes on here. You might not know certain rules about golf, but you know, hey, cheating, that's not good. So you kind of figure, Goldfinger, not good.
Schlesinger number 1. Good. If that's his original ball, I'm Arnold Palmer. How do you know? I'm standing on it.
Standing on the ball as he speaks.
Leave it. The ball you found, sir? Yes, Schlesinger 7. Let's have a little fun with Mr. Goldfinger.
So because it's not the same ball that he played with, it'll come into play here in just a moment.
This for a pop. That's right.
The Goldfinger thinks he's won. The old switcheroo. The old switcheroo.
Did you switch him, sir? Then we've got him.
So the scene is kind of like a little bit of a mini movie in itself. You're seeing them kind of battle of wits.
It's your honor, sir.
Pretty cool. Oddjob's job description must be interesting, must be willing to caddy, murr, and be called odd. Well, he does different jobs, different odd jobs that need to be taken care of. They were changing the pace a little bit between the first two Bond films. The first two were, is James Bond going to survive? And we saw that in the beginning of the second movie there. This one, it was a little bit more of a character study with the villains. So they put a little bit more emphasis on the villains on this.
This is Passenger 7. Here's my pencil cards. They must have played the wrong ball somewhere on the
I mean, you figure if they were going to have a James Bond film next year that he was going to survive. So, there you go. Oddjob, gosh dang it. Can't cheat good. Oops. There we go. I tried to do the best that Bear could here, getting all the pictures timed right, but they might be a little bit off. I hope to make sure that there's no spoilers. So if they're a little long, hey, I'll deal with that. I didn't want to get any spoilers for you people.
She's a beauty. Phantom 337, isn't she? You are a clever, resourceful man, Mr. Bond. Perhaps too clever. Twice so far, that cross. Let's leave it at that.
Okay, explain that again, Bear. Can you only play golf with one type of ball? I guess there's strict rules of golf. Bear, he's been out on the golf course, but not as a playing animal. So not exactly sure, but as far as Bear understood, they were in the rough there. They were trying to search for the ball. Oddball kind of cheated a little bit there and put the ball that they thought was all there together, and Bond switched it out at the last hole there. So that's Bear's understanding. So that's why he lost. That's why he lost even though Goldfinger actually quote unquote won the game, he lost on a technicality. He was a ball short, if you will.
That will be perfectly satisfactory.
A ball short, Goldfinger was.
Goodbye, Mr. Bond.
Look out, Bond! Don't let the door close on you.
I believe this is yours.
Crush that ball. So we show how strong Oddjob is by crushing a golf ball. And how rich Goldfinger is by him owning the golf club. So here's our tracking device. Our tracker from way back when in 1964. Way back when. Oops. Okay, go to the next one here, people. Too busy watching the film, crying out loud. Here we go. Look at those old planes, man. Look at there. That's pretty cool. Back when you could take your car onto the airplane. The good old days. The good old days. Shot on location in Switzerland. I love how he rubs his nose. They also introduced the Ford Mustang to Europe in this film. It was called something else, something like T5 or something. They called it something different over there, but yeah, Ford wanted to get in on the action. Sure, that was distressing to the producers having a American car pass up the Aston Martin. That's alright. Does Oddjob get any days off? Yeah, the odd days. Yeah, I like the location shooting that they did here. Good stuff. Alps. Beautiful Alps. Good times. Look out, Bond! Lady with a gun! Watch out! Terrible shot. Just awful. Oddjob's like, I don't know, man. Whatever. Thunder? I guess there's thunder in the Alps. Why not? What the hell? By the way, love the sound design in this film as well. They just really hit it out of the park with that. You had one job, woman, to shoot him and you failed, says P. Money. Well, harsh out there. Very harsh. So here Bond goes using his gadgets. I thought it worked well for this movie. I didn't think that it's over the top or anything. I mean, consider the last movie he had a case. He had a case, a knife, some gas, and that was about it.
Yeah, let me help you. Well, you're lucky to be alive.
No thanks to you. You should have pulled over further.
No thanks to you.
Look at them.
A double blowout. Wow, that's horrible. What are the odds?
Anyway, I'm
What
sorry.
are the
I'm
odds?
not you. You don't look like the sort of girl who should be ditched.
Never mind that. Please take me to the nearest garage.
Certainly.
Garage, not garage. The garage, people. The garage. I hope all of you are enjoying the movie so far. If you are, make sure you hit that thumbs up button for Bear. He'd appreciate it. Definitely would. Helps out with the algorithm, people.
What's your name, by the way?
Soames. Tilly Soames.
Careful on hunting season. I had a case just like that one.
I love how Bond deduces everything.
It's for my ice skates.
Lovely sport. Where do you stay?
St. Moritz.
I didn't know there was ice there this time of the year.
There's a garage.
So it was Albert Broccoli's wife who was in the previous two films, kind of behind the scenes areas. She was in the train the last film, and I forget what the first one was. She was supposed to be in this scene here. I think they ended up cutting it out, which is hard. How do you cut out the executive producer's wife's cameo appearance in your movie? But there you go.
There's a hotel nearby.
Oh, jump in, I'll run you down.
That won't be necessary.
I hate to leave you here alone.
I can take care of myself.
Why is this off? I apologize, people. Thought I had the timing down for this. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it, people. Alright, let me find out where I'm at. Do a thing with the thing. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I don't know why it's off like that. So that's Goldfinger's, I don't know, smelt? So they shot that on location in Switzerland, but everything after this, it's all Pinewood Studios. That was pretty funny. Only Bond would start flirting with the person who tried to shoot him. Well, you gotta get the information somehow. I mean, you know, you could... you do it the easy way or the hard way, P-Money. Easy way or the old hard way. So all this is Pinewood Studios. And we start to kind of figure out and learn the foreign connection to what's going on here. So we find out it's the dirty Chinese that are involved. Gosh dang it. And that he's smuggling with his car. His car is all gold. You wonder how that airplane even took off, but that's for another time. And you'll see some of the dubbing that goes on here. He's a little bit off there. A little bit off. Why? Gosh dang it, Bear. Why is this off? Crying out loud. Sorry, people. Let me do the thing with the thing. There we go. There we are. For crying out loud. I don't... screw it. Let me do the thing with the thing here. Let's go check out your chats. As Beer drinks a martini here. 1 second. Get it going here, people. There we are. And the olive, too. Where's my glass? There we go. Stir it. It's stirred and not shaken. I know. There we go. Oh, let me do the thing with the thing. I apologize, people. Saying hello to the chat. Hello, chat. Hello, chat, indeed. Alright, where are we? Come on, Beer. Thing with the thing. There we go. Look out, Bond! I want him alive. I want him dead. It's a tough decision to make. There we are. You are a lousy shot, lady. You didn't even get the second shot off. First one totally missed. So she was trying to take out Goldfinger. That is Jill Masterson's. That's her sister that we find out. Was that on the job requirement? Must be from China. Well, you'll find out, P-Money. Stay tuned. Definitely stay tuned. That's a good martini. Beer, you know how to make a martini. You wonder if she figured out if he was the one that destroyed her car in the first place. Like, wait a minute, you had all these gadgets. All of a sudden, both my tires blew out? Something's not right here. Something ain't right, man. Why does it keep going? Ah, for crying out loud. Wait, hold on a second here, people. Let's see, do the thing with the thing. Is it off? Ah, for crying out loud, it is off, isn't it? Alright, well, I will go back. And let's just say hello again to the chat out here. Thank you, good people. This bear tries to figure out what the heck's going on here. Alright. Why is this not doing it? Hold on 1 second here, people. This is... This would help if Bear did this ahead of time. Alright, do the thing. Alright. Let's see. There we go. Alright. Apologize, people. Had to find the right one. Alright, let me see if I can get it to where we're at here. Oh, I think we're at the end. Whoops-a-doodle. Well, it was a good car chase. Not for anything that Bear did. Bushu, bushu! Bushu, bushu! Alright, I think that is close to everything there. Let's see, are we caught up? There we go. Finally got caught up at the last second. One of these days, Bear, a professional show. I apologize, people. It was a good car chase. A lot of cool gadgets. People died, and friends were made along the way. It's funny, he knew more English than Goldfinger did. The actor. I thought that was pretty funny. Maybe Goldfinger should have just done the whole time. That would have been interesting. What are you trying to... What's your great plan, Goldfinger? Oh, okay. Makes perfect sense now. Why didn't you say that earlier? Why didn't you say that earlier, Goldfinger? Crying out loud. Alright, let me find my place here. 1 second here, people. I think we're close to getting to it here. Let's see the thing with the thing. There we go. There we are. I think we're back to normal, people. I'm gonna take my sip of martini. The little old German-esque lady. I'm sure she's nice. I'm sure she's terrific. So once again, they had the DB5 from Aston Martin, the very first, or one of the very first cars, the prototype. They decided, hey, we're going to cut a hole in the roof for an ejector seat. Why not? What the hell? Now, Bear's only complaint about the entire movie here, I thought that the driving action, that old lady just blasting him. They showed this to Alfred Hitchcock, and he loved that part with the old lady with the machine gun. But the scene with the car chase, I just don't think that they did that scene the best. I don't know if it's British directors just not knowing how to shoot a car chase or whatnot, but it's the least best scene in the movie, if that makes sense. How much money does the old lady get lifting the barrier? I don't know, she's paid in gold, apparently. She's paid in gold. Fingers. Oh, I forgot about the machine guns. Yeah, so Oddjob couldn't stop him. Goldfinger couldn't stop him. But the simple mirror stopped him. The simple mirror. Ah, dang you, mirror. Dun 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 dun. And now, from one of the most scenes of the film to probably one of the greatest classic scenes in movie history. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. Again, great Ken Adams set design, just terrific. Just terrific. So this was an actual industrial laser. They just came out with the lasers maybe like a couple years beforehand. So they were going to use this, but they couldn't see the light from the laser. So they ended up using a little bit of a chicanery behind this. Filled it in afterwards, but the effect on the table, you're going to see this in just a second with the melting of the gold underneath Bond there. There's actually two guys underneath the table there with a blowtorch. They were taking a blowtorch to the bottom of the table there, so you could see this sort of melting effect. The laser light was added in after the fact. So they were, one guy had the thing where it showed, the reflection there, and the other guy was down there melting. So they had two guys down there with torches. But they didn't know exactly. I mean, they knew where Sean Connery was, but they didn't know exactly where Sean Connery's crotch was. So when you watch this scene, that's actually sweat from Sean Connery because, number one, it was on a hot table. Number one, and number two, he didn't want to get his biscuits burned off. I expect you to die. Greatest line of all time. So the light effect was added in afterwards, but the actual channel there that you see where it's melting, that's actually all practical effect. So he's getting a little agitated with the guys underneath the table there. With the blowtorch near his crotch. I would be anxious too. I have to admit to cross my legs in this scene, Everybody says. It's a terrible way to die, yeah. So we're getting closer and closer. Yeah, so they're melting it underneath the table. That's what you see there. So that was all legit. That was all legit. Sometimes you gotta put your actors into terrible, terrible danger just to get a little bit of extra oomph out of the scene. And boy did they. Boy did they. Probably one of the greatest movie scenes of all time. I hope I didn't talk over it too much. This would be Honor Blackman, a.k.a. Pussy Galore.
My name is Pussy Galore.
Great line. Great line, terrific. Can't do it today, though, unfortunately.
I thought I'd wake up dead.
Tranquilize again. Knock action. 35,000 feet flying southwest over Newfoundland.
That explains the humming.
Honor Blackman, she was came from the television series The Avengers. So she actually knew a little bit of judo, which we'll see later on, which is kind of interesting. And I like the back and forth between their two characters. You know, she actually held her own. Everybody thinks, oh, it's a bunch of misogyny and all this other stuff. Very much implied that she was a lesbian. So very, very ahead of their time here on 1964.
And just how personal is that?
I'm a damn good pilot. Period.
Wait, you're getting a commercial? What? What the hell? What? I'm not even monetized. How the hell is that happening? YouTube, yo, bear some money. I'll take it in salmon. Ah, get to have my martini. That's right, Bond.
Operation Grandslam.
There we go. P-Money, you actually got a commercial? Holy cow. That is a first for Bear. I hope you watched it. Oh, Prime Video. Oh, okay. We're at 5640 right now. Oops. Ah, there we go. So right there with the plane flying. Hey, you might be a couple minutes behind. I was like, wait a minute. When did Bear get monetized? I need some of that cash. Definitely use it for sure. The attaché case from the previous film was damaged. They probably tried to open it. Ah, that's a good martini. Okay, good job, P-Money, good job. Yeah, that freaked Bear out. Commercials. What? Who did that happen? Speaking of which, they were supposed to put in a lot of product placement. Like Gillette was supposed to be, have a lot of its products in this little scene right here. But the director balked at it. He says, no way in hell I'm going to be doing that. So they took a lot of that out. I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know if you can get away with that these days. The Asian-looking girl is so far the most attractive I've seen in these films so far. Wow. Wowzers. I would have thought old Tatiana from the last film. But okay. She's kind of a minor character. Okay, we'll go with it. We'll go with the Asian girl. Why not? What the heck? I mean, she did give him a martini. I wish I had a Asian girl giving Bear a martini. Man, oh man, that would make Bear's life a whole lot better. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, I'm glad he had his own little suit there. Oh.
This isn't a tranquilizer. I appreciate it. You know a lot more about planes than guns. That's a Smith & Wesson 45. If you fight at this close range, the bullet will pass through me and the fuselage like a blowtorch through butter. The cabin will be...
Set up for a payoff later on, people. Set up for a payoff later on. They are such the nicest hostage takers. I mean, you get your martini, you get to get freshened up before you arrive. I mean, man, I kind of want to get held hostage. Sounds like a fun time, actually. I'm glad the CIA has an office right in front of the White House. They keep an eye on what's going on over there. Not that they were involved with the assassination of JFK or anything like that. No. That's malinformation, people. AKA freaking, oh my god, it's a conspiracy theory. Oh, terrible. Terrible! Alright, where am I? There we are. That's gotta be a hoppin' air show. Pussy Galore's Flying Circus. Well, sure, you always ask your hostage to help you out with the ladder. I mean, for sure. I don't know, P-Money. She's a dirty commie. I cannot agree with your taste in women thus far.
Just keep playing it easy. My love, you see everything for it? Of course. Nonsense. Nice and simple.
Will come in play later on, the Flying Circus, with the big mission, Operation Grand Slam.
I believe that the permanent branch squad is rather splendid here in Kentucky. Well, now that we're both off duty, perhaps...
Gosh dang it, Oddjob, stick it, cockblocker.
I thought you always took your head off to a lady. You know, he kills little girls like you.
Little boys, too.
So James Bond was really ahead of its time? If you look closely at the airplanes flying in, they actually had a bunch of crop dusters. Burly crop duster men out there. And if you look really closely, you can see the dudes in a wig. So they were very well ahead of their time. I mean, the big to-do was Q being gay in the last movie. It's like they had dudes in wigs back in 1964. Can't beat that. Cannot beat that. So you want to say, James Bond, so behind the times, misogynistic, just show him that picture. Just show him that screen grab.
Good. You'll get your final briefing tonight. That'll be all for now.
Thank you, ladies. Goldfinger not only has his own golf course, but also horse stables as well. Good for him. Good for him, man.
Welcome to AURIC Stuff, Mr. Bond.
AURIC Stud. I like that. What a great name.
Certainly better bred than the owner.
Just mild insults. I mean, nothing crazy. Just mild insults. It's fine. No, Mr. Bond. I expect you to go down to the basement. I mean, because when you have your horse stables, you want to make sure that you have your own, jail cell underneath your buildings. I mean, just in case. Just in case. Imagine the engineer for all this. We need a jail cell. We need a lair. We need a pool table that moves around and everything, P-Mike says he wishes he could be a hostage on a private jet. Don't we all? Don't we all? Hey, the T-Bird's got GPS too. Gotta put in the KFC plug.
Maybe we should just drop in on him. He'll shout if he needs us.
Gosh dang it. Alright, thing with the thing here. Let me do the thing. Gosh dang it. One second here, people. I'm behind for some reason. I don't know why. think I'm back, people.
Goldfinger, why weren't we told that New York and the West Coast were in on this? Look who's talking. I do not do
Look who's talking. Hey, forget about it.
a Woods convention. Goldfinger, I made a delivery. Where is my money?
Again, 1964, and they're talking about the mob, China. I mean, all the bad guys in the world. They were ahead of their time, people.
So pay. Gentlemen, you can have the million today. Or 10 millions tomorrow.
Ooh, 10 millions tomorrow. I'll take the 10 millions tomorrow.
Bank open in the morning. Banks don't open on Sunday. My bank will.
And then you got all the gadgets. Oh, good old freaking Ken Adams with his set design. Just great stuff, people. I mean, I really love From Russia with Love, but you can't have a good James Bond film without a good set piece. Turn those lights back on. What's going on here? Why is the table moving? No, there's no cause for alarms, just ominous lighting. Yeah, again, I mean, can you imagine the engineer trying to design all this? Yeah, we need all this stuff that's hidden behind the scenes that we pull out, when we twist the dials and everything. Need a little prison below.
Its votes are $15 billion. The entire gold supply of the United States. Knock off Fort Knox.
I love how the mobsters think that's stupid.
Troop station around there. 41,000. And who's gonna say food to them, Goldfinger? Hey, what's going on here?
What's going on with the floor? Hey, Goldfinger, what's up? I love how the one guy just kind of rode the floor. Didn't move, just like, I'm gonna surf this. This took a lot of time. You gotta bring in the model makers to make everything right and everything.
Going to the bottom of the ocean. Is fired rockets to the moon.
Fired rockets at the moon. Oh, that's right, 64. We hadn't quite been there just yet.
Except right.
Ah! I like this scene. It's really simple. It's just a very simple scene. No talking, just all images. I love it. Probably some hardened Chinese red. But he's also curious as well. I love the wink. Need to do this the next time Bear's locked up. He'll get out pronto. Fish and wildlife can't handle Bear. Not at all. But where did he go? Where did Bond go? Oh my god. He just disappeared. Look out, Chinaman. Ah, Bond gotcha. Good thing he doesn't shoot the gun. Draw attention. Good thing you could knock some guy out with just one kick. He's pretty good at that. Gosh dang it, I'm behind again for some reason. I apologize, people. Oh, yeah. One of these days, professional show. One of these days. Get to the point, Goldfinger. You're wasting all our time. I'm a very important mobster. Blown? Blown? He had one job to sit on a chair and look, and he failed. That's true. They're gonna put like 10 guys in there the next time. The Canadian border? How dare you, P-Money? It wouldn't have happened without the help of the Canadians. We were the Mounties on that. Miss Pussy Galore. Mexico, how dare you, P-Money? Yes, I'm blaming him for both border failures. Dynamited. Take that.
All that will then remain is to descend to the vault, where the bullion is stored. I've heard enough. Let him. If you have no objection, I'll take my money now.
Yeah, take my money now. It's like J.G. Wentworth. I want my money, I want it now.
Gentlemen, we must respect Mr. Solo's decision. Please excuse me for a few minutes while I take care of it. Make yourselves comfortable.
Make yourself comfortable in my lair. I'm sure it'll be alright. Yes, it's a verb. It's called dynamited. Yes, that's right. Goldfinger gave us extra maple syrup for our help, and we couldn't say no. And I'm sure he was nice about it too. So you know that you got to factor that in as well. She knew judo. She already knew judo. Oh, that silly thing in my pocket. You know, forgot all about it. Forgot all about the gun. Silly me.
We must have a few first falls together sometime.
I don't think this henchman ever had a name. If he did, I don't recall what it is. I mean, he's pretty prominent, but he never got a name.
No, he's got the right answers. You and me don't even have to be there. Boys can handle it.
You figure that's got to be kind of dangerous to put out a hit on all of the mob heads in the United States. That's got to be... You got to watch how you start your car the next couple days. Not the gas! Aww. Who would have known? Bond just likes saying her name whenever he has the opportunity. That's true. In fact, he probably just has that name for everybody.
Such a pity you did not choose to remain with the others, Mr. Solo. However...
Oop.
Now, Mr. Bond,
Flip it over. I'm too busy watching the film, people. Ay. I need somebody else to do all the work for a beer while he just watches the film and chats along with you people.
Mr. Supersisolo. Unfortunately, he has a pressing...
That's why you want to have the film yourself, so you can watch along. We try our best, though. We try our best.
Get to New York on time. With your ex...
Oh, once again, if you're here enjoying the show, make sure you hit a thumbs up button for Bear. He would appreciate it a whole heck of a lot. The old algorithm just ain't helpful for Bear, so would appreciate it very much. Oh, and what's the poll up to? Hold on, let me check out the poll. 1 second. We're up to 86%. All right, so a lot of you have seen the film before. Well, good. Good. I hope if you haven't seen the film, you're enjoying it. You haven't seen it in a while, well, hopefully you're enjoying it as well. Alright, I need to grab a drink. Grab me martini, people. Ah, no. Not the olive. There we go. Olive's the most important part. I know it's stirred, not shaken, but whatever. There we are, people. Yes, indeed. That's right. If you're drinking along with Bear, here we go. Let's give you a nice hearty cheers for you. Cheers, everybody. There we go. Dink. Ah, good stuff. All right, where am I? What am I doing? What the heck's going on here, Bear? All right, where are we at? We are. 1 second. Just gonna find a spot. There we go. Look out, dude! You're a good shot! Old finger! Odd finger! Doo-doo-doo! Doo-doo! Doo-doo-doo! One of the greatest soundtracks of all time, people. I've been humming along all week long. He loves only gold. Loves only gold. As Goldfinger. I'm losing viewers by the second as Beer sings along here. I get another martini in me, it'll get a whole lot better. Goldfinger. Oh, the worst part of the entire movie, where they crush the car. Oh, the beautiful car. Oh man. Oh, yeah. T-Money has soda? Hope that's close enough. Well, that's alright. At least you said soda and not pop, T-Money. Couldn't stand it if you said pop. Oh, the poor car. The car didn't do nothing to you, Goldfinger. Oh, for crying out loud. I love how they go from a very high-end horse stable to the junkyards. Pretty funny. Oh, the poor car. Why? Oops, am I off on my pictures again? Gosh dang it. I apologize, people. Tried the best he could. Let's see, where are we? Where are we here? Thing with the thing. How many cars does Goldfinger crush regularly to hide bodies? He's gonna need a whole lot more after killing off the mob. Yeah, I don't know why I'm off on the pictures here. What's going on, man? What the heck is going on? Anyways, they destroyed that poor car. Beautiful, beautiful car. You realize they had GPS like 40 years before it actually came out. I think that's pretty funny. Pretty funny. Alright. Now we're gonna get to the meat of the matter, people. What's really going on with this whole Goldfinger stuff? Let's find out. So again, we're kind of introduced a little bit with Pussy Galore being, batting for the other team, as it were.
Go back to nature.
Pretty forward thinking. 1964. Kish, that is his name. I did not know that. I just learned that for the first time, people. Kish. I don't even have the actor's name.
For their benefit, let's make it as happy as possible. I suggest you tend to do something more suitable.
Certainly. Business before pleasure.
Yeah. Gets shot down and turns right to cock. Go figure. Goldfinger, I thought you were better than that. You were a lot better than that, man. They got all the people in the jail cell that time. You ain't getting away this time, Bond. Not this time. Not gonna happen.
Mr. Bond, sit down, please. Miss Julep? Something sure but satisfying.
Mid-Julep. They are there in Kentucky, so why not?
You disappoint me, Goldfinger. You know Operation Grandslam simply won't work. Incidentally, Delta 9 nerve gas is fatal. You are unusually well informed, Mr. Bond. You kill 60,000 people uselessly.
This is the one thing that they changed from the book, plot-wise.
Statistics of my own. $15 billion.
In the book, they actually stole the gold. In the movie, they figured out, yeah, that's gonna take a while.
12 days to load it onto 200 trucks. Now, at the most, you're going to have 2 hours before the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines move in and make you put it back. Who mentioned anything about you moving it?
What a great movie twist.
Did you let Tottenham for you? You plan to break into the world's largest bank, but not to steal anything. Why? Go on, Mr. Bond. Mr. Lane, the red Chinese agent of the factory, is a specialist in nuclear fission. But of course, his government's given you a bomb. I prefer to call it an atomic device. It's small.
Atomic device. Close enough.
Cobalt and iodine. Precisely. Well, if you exploded in Fort Knox, the entire gold supply of the United States would be radioactive for 57 years. 58 to be exact. I apologize, Goldfinger. It's an inspired deal. They get what they want. Economic chaos in the West. And the value of your gold increases many times. I conservatively estimate 10 times.
So we have a rich, unaccountable oligarch teaming up with the Chinese to take down the Western economic system. That is a fictional narrative that would never happen today. Never. Never, never, never.
Could be risky. Very risky.
Disinformation. Malinformation. Misinformation.
If the authorities should attempt to locate it, who knows where it might be exploded there? Perhaps the Polaris submarine beds at New London.
So far ahead of their time. I mean, they're talking about essentially taking down the world economy so Goldfinger can get rich. Pretty interesting. A very interesting bad guy. Villain.
Forgive me, Mr. Bond, but I must arrange to separate my gold from the late Mr. Solar. As you said, with a pressing engagement.
Pressing engagement. But
Please entertain Mr. Bond for me, Pussy. I'll join you both later.
Oops. The next one here. Gosh There we are.
Well, how about it, Master? Don't you think it's time we got to know each other socially?
Well, Bear didn't know that. I've read some of the Bond novels, but not Goldfinger. One I might have to know. One I might have to do now that after your trivia.
So you're off duty.
Oh, thank you.
I'm completely defenseless.
So am I.
What was it? Once is happenstance, twice is a coincidence, 3 times is enemy action.
James. Beautiful place, Goldfinger does here.
Which, by the way, Ian Fleming, he was the writer of all the Bond novels. He visited the set very early on, but unfortunately died a couple months right before the premiere of the movie in London. So he never got to see the finished film.
Come on, Bush, let's get back to the motel. You're quite a girl.
But he was highly involved in the first 2 movies, definitely.
I'd like to think you're not in all of this, Kaba.
Keba.
I'm not interested. Let's go.
What would it take for you to see things my way?
A lot more than you've got.
How do you know?
Now, some might say Bond is being a misogynist and quasi forcing himself onto another woman. They would say, well, you know, it is the Western economic system that's in peril, so we'll allow it. We will, and of course he's turning her from her lesbianism, over into falling in love with Bond. So there, a little bit of there as well. She did know judo, by the way, so it was pretty cool seeing them fight, seeing them battle each other. But yeah, she did know judo. So, a lot of people, Bond, treats women horribly and all that sort of stuff. But they were more or less equals, except for the part where he's forcing himself upon her. But that's all right. I mean, there's worse films, like the one where James Bond becomes Japanese. I mean, that might be worse in some people's books. All right, we're on the day. Operation Grandslam. Going at it. Now, they couldn't shoot, obviously, in Fort Knox. They couldn't do that. So a lot of this stuff was taken, from far away, long angle, long lens shots, or they just interspersed with other military bases that were close by. They ended up getting about 20 or 30 soldiers. And the best thing that you could ever do to soldiers in the army, give them free beer. And of course, they will do whatever the heck you want. So they gave these guys some free beer, and they just kept shooting the same group of soldiers over and over again. Thought it was pretty funny. So you do see Fort Knox, but it's from quite a distance, or they'll zoom in or stuff like that. The stuff inside is all Pinewood Studios. So the flying circus is going to take out the entire Fort Knox base. I'm assuming you could do that with drones these days. Of course, there's no gold in Fort Knox, so it'd be kind of pointless. What, Beer? There's no gold in Fort Knox? No, there's not. They spent it all. So all the soldiers here, they just gave them beer. This is here. We just need you to fall down a couple times. This is a couple of the last shots that they ever shot for the movie. Some of these were other military bases with the tanks and whatnot. Look out! Man, that's some fast-acting gas. Really fast-acting. Holy cow. Poor guys. Oops. Gosh dang it. Ah, freaking.
The baby is asleep. I repeat,
The baby is asleep, people. I like that, how that is a code word. Baby's asleep. I like how they have kind of a sort of military sort of soundtrack theme to it. It still fits in with the Goldfinger theme. Everything fits together. It's great. Just terrific. They almost didn't have the soundtrack ready. They literally were going in the last week before the show. In fact, John Barry was worried that they were going to have to bring in a live orchestra for the premiere because they weren't going to. He didn't think he was going to have it recorded in time. All very last minute. They were doing these year after year after year. So a tight schedule that they were on. Ah, that is a good martini beer. Excellent martini. So they're all knocked out, presumably dead. Goldfinger's just gonna roll right in there. Danger, maximum pollution. I love that. So this is all Pinewood Studios. They didn't actually go to Fort Knox. There's a big scandal. How the heck did a British, film company be able to shoot in Fort Knox? They didn't. It's all Pinewood Studios. Pretty interesting though when you think about it. I mean, pretty faithful reconstruction, at least on the outside. The inside they just completely made up. The instructions from the producers, or it might have been Ken Adams, they said that they wanted a cathedral of gold, which I thought was a very great way of explaining it. So we'll see that here in just a moment. It's interesting considering how sequels today wait like 3 years most of the time, yet Bond films were yearly. Yes, they did it in, let's see, 62, Dr. No. 63 was Russia with Love. 64, Goldfinger. 65 would have been Thunderball and then continuing on. I mean, obviously they changed that over time, but yeah. Every year. Boom, 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 boom. And this film was the most popular to date. They wanted it for more of an American audience. The first two movies did fine, but they really wanted the American audience, and boy did they. They got the great American audience worldwide. Worldwide. I mean, some theaters were open 24 hours a day just showing Goldfinger. Movie after movie after movie after movie. Boom, 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 boom. People really enjoyed Goldfinger. And obviously you see why. It's one of the great films. So again, instead of stealing the gold, everybody thinks, Goldfinger's going to go in there and steal the gold. He's not going to steal the gold. He's going to bring in an atomic device, set it off, and not trying to blow up the stuff, but essentially irradiate the gold for 50 odd years or something like that. Probably wouldn't have been a bad idea, actually. Now that Bear thinks about it. All that gold would have been unirradiated by now. Yeah. Anyways, he's going to irradiate all the gold, so all the gold that Goldfinger has, and the Chinese as well, their value increases while the Western economies collapse. So it's a very interesting interesting plot that they had. Very surprising. It still holds up today. Definitely holds up. So the Chinaman, he's got his, I don't know, timer, I suppose? We'll see it in a minute. The high-tech atomic device that they have. Really high-tech. Ah, gosh, dang it. Why does it keep doing that for beer? Not for crying out loud. Ah, there we go. There we go. All right, back to it, back to it. All right, we're back to it. Oh, so they started the bomb. Got figured out now.
Let's get moving, Brigadier. Roger, move in,
Commando tactics, people. The best kind of tactics. Oops. Thing with the thing. Do the thing with the thing. There we go. There we are. We're on track. Beer's only had 3 martinis, but we're all right. So the Cathedral of Gold is kind of what they were designing, what they were going for. Again, it was all in Pinewood Studios. It's not actually Fort Knox, obviously. Ironically enough, the gold would have been so heavy that it would have collapsed in on itself. So the practicality wouldn't work, but it looks cool. Looks damn cool. I wish I had that much gold in the cave. That'd make things a whole lot easier for beer. A whole lot easier. So why you would send Bond all this machinations just to attach Bond to the explosive atomic device and leave him there? Like, all right, Bond, see you later, bye-bye. Take care. Really cool set, though. Ken Adams, great job. Great job. Imagine if the conspiracy was even back then. Goldfinger walked into the vault and found no gold. That didn't happen till the 70s. Didn't happen till the 70s. Thanks a lot, Nixon. Oh, for crying out loud. I love that he actually had a general's uniform on the whole time. And, of course, his golden gun. Hey, don't mind me. Yeah, sure you were trying to shoot, but yeah, I'm just gonna go right here. Don't mind me. Not so sure that was commando tactics, but okay. And then they just let Pussy Galore and Goldfinger go for no apparent reason. But don't worry about that. Don't worry about that at all. You can be a hero! Don't be a fool! Would have been funny if instead of gold, Goldfinger found a note saying, I owe you $10 billion in gold, signed the U.S. government. Well, they do have the backing of the Army and Navy and Marines, even the Air Force. Even the Air Force. Look out, Bond! Oddjob's after you. Seriously, one of the great villains of all time. He doesn't even speak. But we know him by what he does, including the flying hat. That'd be tough wearing daily, is this, razor sharp brim. And it sets up a great fight of Bond being overmatched physically, but he's trying to figure out how he can outsmart Oddjob. I think it's great. We look back and we always see Bond, out fighting the competition. Well, not this time. Not with Oddjob. No way. Punch. Great. Punch. Throw. Again, I think this is more realistic type fighting rather than some of the choreographed stuff that you see these days. And I love how it's silent, too. All you hear is them fighting. I told you, sound design's great in this. You hear them fighting, and then the slow countdown. The atomic device that's about to go off. They're all stuck in there. They're all gonna die together. But a great fight scene. Oddjob clearly outclassing Bond. Bond's just trying to hang in there. Hang on for dear life. Oof. Watch out, Bond. But wait, he found the hat. He found Oddjob's hat. You turn it against him. Watch out, Oddjob. Oddjob isn't scared. He's like, yeah, bring it. I ain't afraid of you, Bond. I got you outclassed. Ah. So he's gonna take him out once and for all. Hwah! Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe not. But he did outsmart him. Bzzz. He shocked 2 people in the same movie. 2! Twice! That is what's shocking. That's clearly what's shocking. There you go, Bond. Just use gold to break open. Usually you need a bomb to break open into the safe. And now you just need gold to break open the bomb. Look out, Chinaman. Ah, dials. Dials and switches. Why don't we go to dials and switches anymore? We all got touch screens now. When did we go wrong, people? When did we go wrong? Look at that high-tech atomic device. Man, oh man. You can see. You can see all the very sci-fi atomic device that they had there. Hey! Look out, Bond! Oh. There you go, man. You just, like twist something, cut the blue wire, Bond. Cut the blue wire. The blue wire. No, the other blue wire. I mean the bluish wire. The blue with the white in there. Blue with the white. Yeah, hold that. Yeah, that's a good idea, Bond. That'll stop it. The Chinese didn't know. They was like, oh, well, if the guy holds on to the little spinny thing, then it's all over with. Come on, Poindexter, get down there. And nope, Bond, no, not that wire. No, just over here. Love how they just have a switch that turns everything off.
What kept you? You okay, James? Where's your butler friend?
Where's your butler friend?
3 more ticks, Mr. Goldfinger would have hit the jackpot. Did you get him? Not yet, but he won't get far. And Pussy? She hopped us.
Yeah, where is Pussy? We need to know this.
Paul Washington.
Very demanding.
I must have appealed to her maternal instinct.
That's right. Appealed to her maternal instincts. Throwing her in the hay and just pounding it out.
How come? The president wants to thank you personally.
Johnson? Screw that guy.
I know that, but he doesn't.
And his damn war.
Great
All right, liquor for 3. That's a flight. Holy moly. They needed liquor for 3 last time beer flew. Just to calm the nerves. Where's the liquor? I was told there was liquor on board. Goldfinger, how'd you get here?
Glad to have you on board, Mr. Bond. Well, congratulations on your promotion, Goldfinger. Are you having lunch at the White House, too?
Are you having lunch at the White House too?
You have interfered with my plans.
Probably. He probably would be a donor to the Johnson campaign.
Guns and flames. I even had to warn you about it. By the way, where is she? I will deal with her later. At the moment, she's where she ought to be. Out of the house.
Yeah, or at the kitchen, one or the other. Washing some clothes. Yeah, I don't think Goldfinger is quite the match for Bond that Oddjob was. Look out, Goldfinger! Man, that's some powerful suction. Holy moly. Well, at least he plugged the... well, maybe not. Maybe he didn't plug the hole after all. Did not plug that hole, you fat bastard. I think the hostage plane was better than the U.S. plane. It definitely had more liquor on board. That's for sure. Pussy, save us! Save us, Pussy! Your only hope, Pussy. Well, that doesn't look very good. That'll buff out. That'll, hopefully buff out, man. We'll see. I mean, you saved the gold supply of the United States, but you destroyed one of their VIP planes. I'm sure the president will not be impressed. Not at all. Well, good thing Pussy Galore changed from her lesbianic ways and saved America and the world. Thank you, Pussy. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. Do appreciate that. Finger! He's the man. Man with the Midas touch. Ba, 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 ba. Sorry, people, it is the martini talking. But I do appreciate all of you joining us here tonight. What a great film. We got to enjoy Goldfinger from James Bond, 1964. Classic film. One of Bear's top 5 films of all time. Definitely the best James Bond film of all time. Just taking a peek here at the vote here. 90% of you have seen it. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining Bear here. I'm just going to go ahead and end that. Thank you so much for checking it out. Bear appreciates it. Oh, so very much. Got to enjoy a really fun movie with all of you good folks out here. I hope you enjoyed it as much as Bear did. I apologize about some of the pictures being out of order. You know, that's what happens when you don't be a professional and do your show correctly. We'll get it for the next one. Don't worry about that. We, have a great time out here. I'm not sure. Might put up a poll after the fact, but, Thunderball is not one of Bear's favorites. They go from the high of Goldfinger to, I'm gonna say, probably the worst, at least Sean Connery James Bond. I just didn't like Thunderball that much, so we may skip that with, which one was it next? I think it's You Only Live Twice. It could be Diamonds Forever, but I think it's You Only Live Twice. So Bear may skip over Thunderball. I'll put a poll out there, see what everyone has to say. But once again, I want to thank each and every one of you out there. If you liked what you saw, people, make sure you hit that thumbs up button for Barry. I'd appreciate it. Oh, so very much. We do this every Wednesday. Well, not the Goldfinger watch along, but just the normal live show. Every Wednesday and Saturday, 8 o'clock. Come on by, say hello to Bear. Appreciate it very much. Again, want to thank P-Money, keeping Bear company out here. Thank you, Bond, for saving the world and turning lesbians one movie at a time. That's right, he saved the world and America, people. Yes, indeed. Hope everyone enjoyed what they saw here today. Want to thank P-Money, everybody out there that gave us the thumbs up and watched along. We appreciate it. We'll be putting this up on the archive channel in a couple weeks, but feel free to stop back in, check out the movie if you kind of came halfway through or something like that. Hopefully you picked up some interesting stuff, some trivia, and fun along the way here. But I want to say thank you to everyone out there. Thank you, P-Money. Thank you so much, and you take care as well. But you know what? All this talk about martinis shaken and not stirred has made Bear hungry. So he is going to head back into the woods. So until next time, Good night, everybody. Humans, thank you for watching this video. If you wish to have more, please like and subscribe. And don't forget that bell for notification. It would please Bear very much. You don't want to see Bear bad, do you?